Oh, shit. Didn't even turn on the microphone. Silly me. I will be joined later by the insanely knowledgeable... Excuse me. The insanely knowledgeable CrazyMetic. I've known this guy for years. He knows this game like the back of his hand.
Alright.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat. It's CrazyMetic.
Yeah, hello.
That's one way to introduce yourself. All right, so for those of you who have no idea what the hell is going on, welcome to the TPG Training Grounds gigantic event. Woo! In this tournament, we have 8 teams, each captained by an experienced player, whether they be from the live days. You've got Paulrek, you've got Trusin, you've got Falco, you've got Anubis, or whether they're newer blood, like Heskrim or Northstar or Dave, right? Like,
Dave is not new blood, bro.
Dave is not new blood? Was Dave playing the game?
Blood.
Was Dave playing the game?
He was on a Lucian.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so fact check.
Yeah, fact check.
Fake news.
My bad, chat. I am feeding you bad information. It is a round robin format. Every team is gonna get to play 8 matches. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be going for it's scheduled to go for 6 hours from noon to 6 EST or 9 to 3. What are they called? Pacific Standard Time, PST, right?
Yes, where you lit. Bro, isn't that your time session? You know this.
Shut up!
Come on now, come on. I think we'll probably be on time as well, because it's like 8 rounds. So if each game takes about half an hour, should only be 4 hours, but you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Set up bugs and stuff, so it's good to have a little bit of buffer. So hopefully everything runs smoothly. Okay, so let's see what these comps are looking like, because there was a draft process that I guess we just aren't privy to. Okay, so, alright, we're seeing this sort of, very melee-heavy look from Team Paul. Sort of a variation on the pick comp I was talking about, but we're subbing out Paco for Margrave, which I think is generally good. Gives you a little bit more frontline presence, a little bit more tankiness, a little bit more CC, and that ult's really good as a combo. We're also seeing, this is a pretty standard look, double jump pad with 2 range, frontline and an assassin. Pretty standard comp. We're going to be on Reef, so I think both teams have... Oh, okay, it is double jump.
Yeah.
Double jump, I don't think is as important on Reef as it is like on Sirens, for example, but I do think it's still very good as a comp.
Right.
I see a lot of success with it.
I will say one problem I see with the compositional mismatch here is that, at least in my experience, and we did have a couple people in the chat yesterday talking about this, namely Simply Mary and Blue Boats, both showing up into my chat, talking about how they felt like Lord Gnosis in this patch feels extremely squishy and so easy to poke down at range, especially with characters like T-Mat in the game. There is so much range pressure, and Gnosis doesn't have a lot of tools to mitigate that, right? He's not as fast as he used to be. He doesn't have armor the way that Margrave does. It's just going to be very difficult to enable Mud Buns on this pick, but if anybody can do that, it has to be this Ashley.
Yeah, well, or it could be Sven, let's be honest.
It could be the Sven too.
But also, don't forget guys, Major Beef is buffed, so it's good now.
Major Beef, guys. It's good.
Stay. I do like this Gnosis look though for this Rucker. I think Rucker is really going to struggle to stay in as long as the crack armor can be reapplied repeatedly through the Gnosis. So I expect to see Mudbuns playing very reactively to that Rucker here, waiting for them to come in and then capitalizing with, you know, a launch into applying like 3 or 4 debuffs and then leaving immediately. I think that will be really good for Team Paul to sort of stave off that frontline presence a lot. We're also seeing this Wu mirror, which I think is really interesting. Wu, not as good as he used to be, still very good. A lot of mobility. Probably going to see those 2 players interact a lot on the flanks in the roamer role, trying to stall enemy points for as long as possible when they're splitting. So I think that's going to be a real point of interaction that can really differentiate these 2 teams when it comes to playing that power game properly.
Absolutely, yeah. I also find the Charnock pick a little bit interesting here for Team Paul because, like, obviously Charnock, one of those characters that is very like unique to Gigantic in the way that the character is designed kit-wise, but doesn't always stack up to the other ranged characters in the game, right? You have the hit scan of T-Mat, you have the absurd damage of Beckett. Charnock sometimes struggles to find a niche, but if you can really get into your groove, Dominator on a ranged is insane. So, like...
Bro, you taking Dominator on Charnock? Don't let this guy give you advice ever.
You don't like Dominator on Charnock?
No, I'm taking auto crits every time, or armor pen if I'm playing into Sven or Ash.
I guess.
I think Charnock is going to struggle here against the Sven debuff immunity. It's pretty commonly something that you see can make Charnock's life really hard. But at the same time, I don't think that that Team Heskrim here are really going to be able to actually fully poke out the Charnock effectively. I just don't see, like, you have the Wu for sure, like Wu team at Voden, so you do have some of the pressure, but I'm not sure if they can actually lock him down effectively if he's playing like well positioned.
Well, it appears we're still loading in. I just did tab out to the streams, and they're also still like loading in. It's a very slow process for customs, evidently, but hopefully this doesn't mean a full reset for now.
Shout out to Gage for giving us time to talk about all this amazing content.
Shout outs to Abstraction for definitely doing this intentionally. Yeah.
that was really clever. Okay.
Yo!
All right, lock in.
We're in the game, guys.
All right.
This is it. It's
so
time.
people are still loading in, definitely.
Evidently.
Little bit of lag.
No!
You can rejoin with the same code.
Oh no. Oh no, it wasn't. Chat, I have bad news.
I think Paul's game crashed.
I have bad news. It wasn't just us. It was not just us. No. That is hysterical. Dude, Northstar's not even streaming his perspective. He's just streaming a screen that says TPG Training now live at twitch.tv/TPG Sarzi. Match Q back in heaven. We're going back, baby. We're going back.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's shocked.
So
wait, Dave's match is actually happening.
All right, let's cast Dave's match because it's the match that's occurring. Put your stream back up, Gesser. We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We're back.
Right.
We're back. We're back. All right, so we're here. It's currently 2-1, right? Dave,
you're not streaming to me.
I know. Let me get there.
Okay, Dave is locked in, bro.
Dave is locked in on this Mozu right now. 2-1.
He's so locked in, you can't even see what power is. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, he's bugged. He can't see power anyway.
Anyways, big ult coming in, putting them at blank to blank. Another kill coming in from Team Dave, picking up that trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be pretty rough for Team Northstar, but I have no idea what the game stage is, so let's see if they can take D control back. It's already dead. Summon's coming up. That's really fast. There's no interrupts. Northstar doing an excellent job of reestablishing their map control here during the loop, but their members dropping low. Let's see if Team Dave can capitalize on that. One kill coming through. Another one coming in with an aggressive TP and Vortex into Hypnotic Owl. That's going to be 2 for Dave. Let's see if they can use that now to swing it the other way. Another 5v, but this time in favor of Team Dave. Onto this deep point. Let's see what's about to go down.
Yeah, the momentum is so heavily in the favor of Team Dave right now. A couple players gone. They're coming back from the airship as we speak. But somehow everybody gets out alive, and 10 power leads so far in this push for Team Northstar. Dave has to turn tail and run. 49 HP, barely holding on at all. So definitely an early momentum setter. Dave just went massive. Oh my God, he just got such a clean triple kill there.
Well, let's see if he can get out with it.
Nope.
Gonna get traded out by that trip, and they still don't have this deep point control, so it's really anyone's game. Not that it really matters. When it's 1-1 like this, these B and C clubs are gonna push it to 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team Northstar reestablishing that D control post-haste. Really good awareness to get that quickly, but someone needs to be looking at these side points. I think if Dave can get to B and start killing it quickly, they could totally ignore this D control. Well, I say that as this Oru drops low, probably going to see an aggressive clip on the trip to finish him here.
Yep, everybody's dropping super low right now. The Oru goes down, and now it's just a matter of, like, how do you play out the rest of this, right? Because you're going to be at, like, 80, 90. It's a matter of which creature collects first. Both of these teams know that. Both of these teams can aggress, but all one of them has to do is kill the creature. They don't even have to collect the power. Team Northstar can just full send E, but are they gonna have the awareness to do that? Dave staying back.
Question of the day: can my game handle streaming?
Oh boy, oh boy.
Or can my PC handle streaming?
This is gonna
Again,
be
it's notoriously a horrible setup, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Trips here to interrupt that. There's a death. Who dies?
Tiles here.
Impact Crater, good choice.
Coming in. Let's see if we can use that extra AoE to
wait
get
a
a big
minute.
slam here. Forcing this Wu to come low. Let's see what they can do with this. This choke point, this wall from Team Heskrim, though, is really stymieing their flow, making that big choke point come through for this death ball really difficult. As this Sven drops to this backline, very aggressive play.
Heskrim, where are you going, bro?
Look,
Like,
this is a certified...
and this might be the end of the road. Look at that Charnock. That is a level 3 focus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were talking about how good that is versus Moon. I think that might be it if they can get it off. It's gonna be a game of protect the president here. Let's see who can get to this Charnock first. Paul keeping a watchful eye for the high ground.
President Gren, get down. Not like that, Gren. Not like that.
Oh, wait, said above the Guardian. I would have ulted there personally. I would have ulted.
Ulted on top of the Guardian, yeah.
Because it's a cylinder.
Yeah. But either way, lots of damage going in. 5 seconds. Down goes the Ashland. Gonna be down to the wire. Do they get it? No, they do not. They have to get out. This is the opportunity for Team Heskrim to potentially even out the power a little bit.
I like this peel look immediately from their teammate with the daze to keep Paul in check. Rucker pressuring off, and then the pull coming through as well, dropping him to, just about 1,000 health. Not a lot for a Margaret, but pretty much a lot for any other character,
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Trip at 1,000 health, you're still at, you still have most of your health bar. Interesting decision is made here. Upgraded front point into a Drake. I don't dislike this. I just dislike the fact that it's an upgraded creature on a front point. Like, if it's gonna be one, it should be a Drake, but I don't.
Absolutely. Again, this Rucker getting picked, putting it back at even. Now we're getting this interesting BF rotate. It's really going to be who can find this pick first. And if Paul's going to contest while he's at this low health, if he gets poked by into the range, I'm going to say that. Excellent flash from Heskrim to keep Paul in combat. He's forced to contest at low HP. Let's see if he can make it out alive.
I don't even think he's going to go for this right now.
Yeah, he has a Cowan instead, but he has to contest this mid. He's so low.
Oh.
Immediately.
The collect goes through from B. That's the end of the game.
Rotated.
That's the end of the game. Nobody from Team Heskrim goes to the B point, and the creature collects the power. No way that's not the end of the game. A heartbreaker for Heskrim and company. It's almost over. And they're there. It's over.
Team Paulrek notching their first win in the round robin phase of the tournament with a commanding.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in between and outside of that very limited spectrum. Paulrek, the winning captain of Paulrek versus Heskrim. How you doing, my man?
Doing pretty all right.
Sounds good. Good to hear. Glad to hear it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the composition you guys picked. Very obviously pick heavy, relying on the Wu to pull in, relying on the Margrave to stun, relying on Cal for a lot of damage. Was that always the plan going in, or were the specific characters something that needed a little bit of ironing out?
That was basically always the plan. Our group, I just encouraged them to play what they wanted to play, and we just happened to have Cow Wu, so I played a frontline, and it just kind of worked out like that. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, on a map like Ghost Reef, where getting one pick can really earn you the momentum to continue to like claw your way, not even like claw your way, but just hold your ground in whatever position you need. Like, you don't have a midpoint like Sirens to contest other than D, but you can't summon a creature other than an obelisk there. So like, what did the map really affect what your playstyle going into this was, or do you think you would have just gone with that regardless?
So, you know, as captains, we're supposed to decide like the map together. And when Hess suggested Ghost Reef, I was like, hell yes, because we have a super aggro team, right? At least a team composition. So just having a TDM map is exactly what we wanted. It was perfect. I was super down for Ghost Reef because, you know, it's hard for us to win extended fights with our team. We only have one ranged. So being able to just like back up really easily and then go look for another hook and just do that over and over again was really beneficial for us.
Absolutely. One last question from me, and then I'll hand it over to Medic. But in terms of specific players, when I saw that you had Mudbuns on your team, I was like, they might win, because I remember playing with both you and Buns back in the day when this game was first like a thing in 2017, 2018, that era. So like, tell me what it's like to bring back like some of those older players, you know?
Bro, it's awesome. Buns is one of my longtime viewers. I've known her for a very long time. I don't know how the hell she got into this tournament. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
The art of the deal.
I love Buns. She's awesome.
She is great. It's actually kind of hilarious. On this team alone, you, Paul, were the first person I ever followed on Twitch, and Mudbuns is one of the first people I ever played Gigantic with, like in a stack. So, moving on, we finally get to move to our next round. All right.
Okay.
Our next match will be, as stated earlier, North Star versus the one and only Trusin. Now, this is an interesting battle to me because we have old blood. Like, I'm talking, this dude is old as shit. True X Sin up against North Star, who literally didn't get into this game until Gig Heaven, right? Like, we did not see this man at all until like after 2018, after the servers shut down the first time around. We only met this dude in Gig Heaven playing on Core DE, and he has learned about this game. He has grinded this game, and he's gotten to the point of being a captain. Like we had him on earlier to do a little bit of an interview, but this guy, he's a grinder, and he has a lot of passion for this game, and I'm really excited to see what this matchup is.
You can see, okay, they're in. Wow, that was fast.
They are in. That's crazy.
They are in.
Wow. Okay, they're balling. Very nice. So we got Trusin on the T-mat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damage calibration for the first upgrade. I don't hate that. I am a right click abuser personally. I like taking my right click upgrades level 1 and 2, but that's just me.
I mean, I just want to get to auto repeater as fast as possible because it's still kind of broken, right?
Yeah, it's just been a lot of poke so far, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense with the compositions we're seeing here. There is an unfortunate Vidasi pick on the side of Team Trusin, and by unfortunate, I mean unfortunate for me because I have to think about Vidasi, but you know.
It's fine. I actually think it's kind of a bad pick. Is my hot take. You're playing into a team that's like well known for running like double assassin, and you pick Vidasi, who is the worst support against assassins, especially like double assassin. Because if they're coordinated, like if you drop the half, you just get full combo to die.
I can see it for sure. So far though, nobody has died. Everybody's playing very grouped up on the side of Team Trusin. It's very much a pokey affair so far, and nobody has overextended until eventually Diagorb is going to be diving into the backline. Quantic goes down. there's exactly what you were talking about. The Taito and the Trip both pressuring down that, not Amani, what is her name? Vidasi. That's her name. Oh, and there's nobody to stop the decollect. So they get both an obelisk down and the power from it. This is a huge start.
Really
Either way, it's 100 to 60 here, and are they just gonna fully commit for this wound? They might. I wouldn't be entirely shocked, but like
I think they're probably just trying to get the shield off.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Looks like they're retreating here.
Yeah, they do eventually get out, but they do a fair amount of damage. They do get rid of the shield entirely, so. Oh no!
Very aggressive.
Sin! He's so low. He's gonna live. He'll be alright. And North Star is gonna get punished for this aggression, almost certainly. There he goes.
Despite that, I mean, it's still just up 10. You know, with a comp this volatile, anything can happen as a member of Team Trusin drops really low. Jakeson going down Hypnotic Owl. Really seeing the power of that double assassin come through as they just 1-2 dive that, frog, who pretty squishy in the grand scheme of things. You have a lot of mobility, but not a lot of health, so
yeah,
really careful about that.
There's a lot of small health pools on the side of Team Trusin, right? You've got, obviously, your Beckett, pretty low health. You've got Vidasi, relatively squishy. You've got Wu, who can be bursted down pretty easily. Rutger is the outlier here, but even then, once you get rid of his shield, he has, like, nothing left. So
yeah, we say that. Another great look for the Hypnotic Owl, finding the pick, and then double assassin collapsing onto this team mat, really using that healing from the Bloomer to get out alive. A lot of pressure back onto this Trip, dropping low because of that frag grenade and getting picked. It's a trade. Might make it one more as this Taito's tech gets body blocked by Trusin. Excellent. So let's see if he can hit this shot. He's going up for it. Oh, he missed the jump. That's unfortunate.
This is the jump. That is kind of tragic, but eventually the Taito does escape there. Hypnotic Owl somehow managing to live. A lot of Taitos kind of dream of those scenarios where they just slip through all of the little cracks, and despite the adversities, they escape.
Alright, Trusin getting forced back by this Trip. Trip Taito, you can literally see them pushing up onto this team because they know they can find a pick if they're playing too isolated.
Ooh, Hypnotic Owl once again going to be putting a lot of pressure over here onto this. The Taito focus comes out, but there's not going to be any follow-up. Eventually, the peel and the healing does come through. There is a collect going through on D.
That's an interrupt he doesn't have, and he really wishes he had it right now.
Oh, he wishes so bad that he had that, but they get the 90 shield. Quantic goes down, so they don't really have any mid-fight healing right now, but if they can get another pick, maybe onto this T-mat, but nope, not going to happen. Too far away. This still might... I don't know if this is still an auto wound. The game might be lying, but...
No, this is auto wounds.
Yeah, it is. If I'm being entirely honest, I think that one of the big problems I have with Sin's gameplay so far is he hasn't taken any RMB upgrades. Like, I am a staunch believer in the multi-targeting missiles. Those things are broken. Especially when you get the upgrade that sends an extra one if you target 3 or more enemies. You just charge your focus so quickly with those. And
yeah,
I understand wanting to upgrade like LMB first and getting your E to stun so that you can like peel for your teammates, interrupt collects and all that jazz, but not taking the missile upgrade this early, like in this exact instance, you could have just fired off 7 missiles.
Yeah, that probably would have been nice. Well, he's taking it now. He's probably trying to sync it up with his flash talent. Oh, okay, actually, incredibly clever. If you didn't see what happened, he untook the E Daze upgrade to take the multi-missile upgrade. Probably because he wants to have auto repeater by level 5 when the splash damage starts coming out. So,
right.
And you might see him actually swap back to this Daze when D comes back up, so he has that interrupt. So, really clever use of the game mechanics here from Trusin. That's a nice little piece of micro. Team North are putting on a dominant display. So, looking to take their 4th win in a row if they can't contest C here.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough for them here. I don't think the Vidasi is offering the value they were hoping for so far here. So
yeah, and this is why I would have advocated Sven, right? Because it just makes, I think, for burst peel, Sven is much more effective. Little aggressive play from the Trip to kick that early. I don't know if I agree with that. they get kited off pretty effectively, but it's enough to sort of stall out the C-Clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that the reason they go for the kick there is not to inherently like find a kick, but to distract and stall long enough that nobody goes in for the C delay. And now we're looking at a almost guaranteed Rampage.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna see this T-Mac come in from Team Northstar to clean that up. Yeah, Northstar engaging with Margaret in space. Trusin identifying the alpha threat, but it's already too late.
Yep.
It's gone through. Northstar getting in with a little bit of peel, and it's a reset. 3-1 coming into Clash. Trusin needs to make some quick adjustments here if he's trying to recover.
They gotta lock in and they gotta do it quickly. What in the world just happened?
Okay.
I love that wall. We love Ghost Reef.
We love Ghost Reef.
That's been happening literally for ages. This isn't even an abstraction moment. That's a Motiga moment.
Yeah.
That's a
Anyways,
Motiga.
this trip putting T-Mat precariously low, forced to back off here.
When you're up against a double assassin comp, you've got to be so scared when you're at 15 health, no matter where on the map you are, because they could be anywhere. But
yeah,
it looks like
they're
they're
behind your Guardian.
Yeah, behind your Guardian.
Looking to punish this aggression with his ult of his own, forcing the enemy team pretty low. But of course, it's already a 5v3. He doesn't really have a lot of manpower to back that up. And Trip is going to force him right back to Guardian. Vidasi working overtime to keep everyone just above half.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough, but eventually Hypnotic Owl will swoop in, send the rat directly towards the Kai. She will fall, and eventually, it's only a 20 power difference, but this is something that they can run away with still.
All right, hot take. You know what you need to do right now?
What do you need to do?
Upgrade E, make it Big Drake with your Rucker focus, and then put on that. What I would do.
Okay. Explain your work. Show your work.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at. Oh, never mind. Someone gets picked, and keep that. Okay, but what the idea here is, right? This comp is really something that you're evidently struggling to create momentum against. But I also think it's a comp that really struggles to create momentum into you. So if you can force them to come to your front point and siege that, they're so melee heavy and it takes so much damage from that Drake that T-Mat has a pretty easy job to clean up. And Vidasi has enough heal to sustain the upgraded creature throughout the fight, so it's not really at risk of going down. And you can heal off any chip over time, so you're not really at risk of it getting rotated to either. Good pull coming through on the Woo with that ult, hitting Northstar, I think. It's a little hard to tell in the kerfuffle.
Dude, Northstar is typing in my chat. I have a bad feeling about what happens next.
Yeah, I think it might be over. I think it might. A little bit of a spoiler from the future here.
A little bit of a spoiler. We might have a time traveler in the chat. We have a chat. HyperX combo, thanks for the follow, by the way. 10 seconds left. I don't think this is where it's gonna end because nobody is nearby from Team Northstar. But it does. I don't want to call it early, but it does seem kind of cooked. Also, I don't know what that Q was.
Little curious from Trusin there. I think he was trying to trade the ults out, but he wasn't able to just get his ult off, and his team backed off first. Really unfortunate because, I mean, they had that 5 before there, right? They did have a little bit of an opportunity to get some space back in the match, find their footing onto this front point, and then use that to snowball. But they couldn't push that 5v4, and then it became a 4v4 with the trade coming in after Rampage was over. So
very nice.
I lose the value.
Ooh.
Solo coming
oh my god.
from Sin.
This dive is crazy.
Sin wants it bad.
That was,
as I say that, his
that was personal.
Goes down.
That was personal. I don't know. I don't know, man. Sin, that felt like it had some malice to it. So eventually,
Sin is done playing, bro. Gloves are coming off.
He's locked in. He's locked in.
Bro is locking in, bro. Oh, I said that as a fuse directly into the double assassin.
Oh no! He locked in too hard. He locked in too hard.
A little bit of an overheat, if I do say so myself.
This was just not close. I call it like I see it, and like I see a couple players on this team performing like decently well, but at the end of the day, I see a compositional mismatch that just wasn't something that Trusin and company could overcome. Just very unfortunate for them. But Team Northstar, once again, what is this monstrosity on my screen? Hold on, I'm gonna call my brother.
Okay.
Live on
stream.
So
Gidster's getting Subway because he doesn't have the mental fortitude to starve himself for 6 hours.
Yeah. I rarely do. Yo.
You were calling me from 15 feet away.
Yeah, it's true. I am. Yo, I'm hungry. And I am like about to start casting a match. Can you like? Can you go like get like I don't know, like a piece of lasagna for me?
Sure.
Why do you sound so dejected?
I'm dying.
He hung up on me.
All right, let's see
That
these
is
comps as
A-okay.
they're coming out. On one hand, we got Team Heskrim. Heskrim on the Woo. This is a lot more standard.
Yes,
what
sir.
I expected him to play. You know, Heskrim Woo, legendary for being, shall we say, volatile. Which not always a bad thing. Sometimes you need that high ceiling to come in. So
Oh,
let's hope
definitely.
it's an alternating Sunday. On the other hand, Team Falco rolling out this very standard comp. HK Charnock range, a lot of pressure with a Rucker Ashland frontline core, and then head on the assassin.
Oh my god.
Immediately, Heskrim making some big moves. Doesn't have flowing fist though, kind of a
Let's make big moves, but he's not in New York.
yeah, and not New York, and I think not Miami's the other one.
Not Miami or Toronto.
All right, that wasn't Remy, that was Blue.
That was
makes
Blue?
sense. He's
Oh,
got
okay.
excellent mobility to escape with flight. I was talking to this flank onto this HK, who has been turreted. That lack of mobility coming back to fight them as they get chased down by the Ramsey. I think Ramsey's actually get burnt down. A lot of damage coming out from Falco right now as they look to finish the kill with that HK.
They ulted that?
I would've
Falco
too.
left.
It's a free kill.
Falco laughing it up. I don't know if you caught that, but she saw the missiles and just lost it.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't think so. I don't think you need it at all. Yeah.
And you're right. See if they can get out with their life here. Paco coming in
See,
a little
if
late
anything-
after the bird bolt.
If anything, I would have expected that ultimate to get used to help peel for teammates on the way out, but like, even then, she opts to hold on to it. And now, he's in a little bit of trouble here. Good pull from Hess, and that's going to be a kill to come back into this. Once again, we see a similar situation. 30 power lead for Team Heskrim. Can they capitalize this time? I'm gonna be honest here. I want to see this be a close game. Team Heskrim's been struggling this whole tournament, but like, if there's an opportunity, then it has to be right here, right now. I want this to be like the closest game of the tournament so far. I think that'd be so hype.
Absolutely. I wonder if this focus is going to be used to upgrade the front point to kind of just cap the win here. The diving mojo here, excellent use of the Q to peel that off, a little bit of CC, and getting this conversion onto their Ramsey, getting probably also the Paco in the back as well. They eventually do find the kill, but they're still down 20 for it. Not exactly the trade you want. Although, granted, a lot of their players still very low, very vulnerable, so anything could happen.
And now it's
As
at 90. This is
Power ticks down. Has been playing really aggressively, trying to just make anything happen here, but it's probably too little, too late. Especially as D-Control went down for Team Falco as well, pushing up and getting this control over mid and just being able to dominate that conversation.
It's at 90 to 50 right now. A few things need to happen for Team Heskrim, and they are all miracles. 1, E needs to live. 2, C needs to die and not collect the power. And they need the power on C. However, none of those things happen. C just collects. Nobody was there to interrupt it. And this is probably over.
Yeah, excellent use of the R&B push, by the way, to stop that interrupt. A bit of macro play from Falco, really well executed.
Yep.
That's probably going to be the end of this match. Heskrim going down yet again, 2 nice bread.
That one, that as a good friend of both the captains here, that one hurt a little bit. I mean, it's great to see Falco take a game here, and she's popping off. Oh my God, look at her in the player cam. She's popping off. Good for her. Good for her team. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry,
Hi.
Let me quickly tell my team I just disappeared.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
How are we not friends?
everybody,
before?
how were we not friends? We've literally known each other since like 2017. This is crazy. But like,
confused.
but ladies and gentlemen, everybody in between and outside of the very limited spectrum, Falco Punch! Woo! the winner of our previous match against Team Hesgrim. How are you feeling right now? Tell me.
Oh my god, I'm fucking overflowing with happiness watching my fucking team.
Yes.
do their thing.
Yes.
It's so good to see how excited they were and the calls, just letting them do their thing. Oh my fucking god. It's
Yes.
like, I feel like a mom right now. I'm like, babies are doing it, they're growing up.
Absolutely. One thing that struck me actually before the tournament had even started, I think you were just typing somewhere in the server for the event that you were just, despite the result today, you didn't know how it was going to go, but you were proud of them anyway for just improving all around. So I think that you were one of the captains that was able to most consistently play with the players that signed up for your team. So like, what's that process been like exactly?
Well, one thing's for sure, it makes me realize I forgot a lot about the game. But it's been a lot of kind of like, I've been refusing to play anything I know I'm known for.
Right.
Like I just don't want to do it. This is about them.
Mhm.
So just seeing like every game I would play with them, they would like learn something, and just seeing that whole process has been really cool. Like, you know, we're not as cool. We haven't done anything as insane as True Sin's team, like setting up plays like that. But, you know, we have been trying out a few things, seeing what works and what doesn't work. We're mostly melee players in this team, so it's been interesting to deal with that.
Yeah. You just go Zandora, speed boost, run it down.
Exactly. So, you know, some maps have proven to be our bane just because of what we have available to us skill set wise. But I mean, I'm so happy. They like, you could tell like they were making the plays in
Yes.
the Hikaru Bay, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, do it, let's do this.
Yes.
Like,
yes,
I feel
yes.
like I don't need to coach these people anymore. Like, they've learned enough to finally be confident on their
Yes.
own, and just, I'm so happy.
they've earned their wings at this point. is what
Yeah,
I'm hearing.
yeah.
So last question I've got for you, and this is like a somewhat personal thing, but like when Gig like left us for the first time in 2018, right? A lot of us went on like our different branching paths. I went to Overwatch, I went to esports in general, and I found a love for commentary and casting in general.
That's amazing.
And you went around at, like, the game industry. You worked on Divine Knockout for a little while, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I worked on that. Worked on
Yeah.
Spellbreak. Worked on
Spellbreak.
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually didn't really play games like a lot until recently when Gigantic's back. Yeah, it's just like when Gigantic died, like I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, but like
Overreaction.
but the question I wanted to lead into is, how does it feel to be back? Like, this is our game. This is where we were built and born. Thank you, Josh.
And it's a W that we're back to.
It is a W that we're back. My brother knows what's good. My brother knows what's good. Yeah,
That's
but,
right.
like-
it is unfucking real to be back.
It is
I don't
crazy.
even give a shit how long this game is out. I'm playing it until it's at,
What?
until whatever happens. This is the game that I know people. We're all fucking friends now. We've
Right.
all earned our stripes here. We're home.
Yes. We're home. And honestly, for me personally, it doesn't matter to me how long home lasts this time around. Because I'm gonna... this game could die in a year again. We'll see what happens. But me personally, I'm gonna enjoy it. This will be a great, like... if anything, we can call this a great final chapter. And I think that that's... I think that we're opening it on the right foot today. So,
Love it. Love it.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So, that's going to be it for now. This has been Gedster with Falco Punch.
Woo!
Woo!
Thanks for having me.
Of
This is
course.
awesome.
Of course. We're so back, guys. We're so back. To move the game above the window in my OBS.
All right, well,
We're scuffed out here, but it's fine. It's fine. We're
all
back.
right.
We're
Well,
back.
Some technical difficulties. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you, June.
Over. Margaret will be taking the fight to it in mid, sort of in this 1v3 position as Kumat is barraging missiles from above. A lot of chips coming in. HK heard it up with that focus though in that hallway. excellent defense from the Margrave to really negate a lot of that damage. But HK is going to get dived by this, by blue here, as they also notch one push for their team.
And rotating through these is difficult. I wish I could just like press a button and go to a specific player like in Overwatch.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
You can also press, I think F lets you see player outline.
Ah, very nice.
A little ugly, but it's
A little bit, but it does give like a better idea of how like this does end up working. I wonder if this. Oh, it does go to Grand.
Yeah. So no one really pushing this wound right here. That's fine, honestly. You came into this wound like Team Falco, right? You come into this wound down 20 power off those exit frags. And then, you know, you take the push, and now you're basically back to neutral with a slight advantage. I will take that any day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blue's team, the blue team, looking to fight here on the left side a little bit. Falco trying to get some poke in, some hot hail, some meteors coming in. Meanwhile, the fight is starting to come in a little bit more towards center as Taito falls precariously low and Mojo is forced to burrow out. Looks like Taito's getting chased, being forced to use that ult to get out. Doesn't really matter though. Cryptic still confirming the kill with that burn from the card. HK turned it up, but there's no hope. As Margrave puts the hammer down, locking it down. Still doesn't interrupt the creature, which is
yeah.
Team Blue now establishing a solid 40, well, was 40, now 30 power lead as they try to stay alive. Let's see, as Falco.
Ooh, Falco!
Big Charnock over here, coming in massively, and one more as well. Team Falco taking it all back, maybe more, as Blue is fighting for his life. Considers using the jump pad to get out, but he looks to stay behind to try to contest this creature. He's going to move in now with that poison to try to lock this Taito down. But he gets the one, but it's 90-90. Really precarious position to be put in for Team Blue. When you had that 30 power lead, you really wanted to focus on keeping that.
Yeah, but look at the decision they end up making here. They end up taking the launch pad over towards E, establishing a high ground control over this next power collection point. Really what needs to happen here is you just need to make sure that this doesn't go through. If you can stall out this game to a point where either a pick happens on your side or C collects, then you're looking great. But the pick happens first and foremost. I'm not sure what happened there. It says the Rutger died, but I don't know how that happens. One thing I do find genuinely interesting about this game so far is the fact that we've seen the very beginning of this game, the momentum was so heavily in the favor of Team Falco. They had the first Rampage. They got the wound immediately. It was really, really well played from them. But since then, one of the big factors has been the upgraded creatures giving more levels to the side of Team Blue. The scaling has gotten more and more out of control as time has gone on, and Team Falco just hasn't had a response for it.
Oh, looks like you want to get back on the jump pad. He's actually going to go dual Falco.
Oh, Falco.
Coming
Oh, Falco.
very quickly. Good collapse. Warner trying to bail her out, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate bit of timing there, but Blue, now looking to be in a little bit of trouble of his own, barely gets out of that situation alive, and I don't think anybody kept track of where he went, so he should be just fine.
HK dropping low as well. Teammates forced out. I mean, don't get me wrong, Falco could strike back a few kills of their own. They're only really down one, but it doesn't look likely for this adult creature. Mojo just getting...
Wow, Mojo. Wow, Mojo!
What cost? He finds two. That's 2 for 1, and that space lets the Team Falco get themselves reestablished. All of a sudden, it's back to even.
We're back to even off of just a double kill that should never have happened, but you're absolutely gonna take those. There's still like a lot happening over here, right? We've got Orange Joey resummoning a Cyclops, obviously. Like, you kind of always want a Cyclops here, right? It feels like that wall is just too invaluable.
Cyclops is good. I think Infernal is really good.
I was gonna say, I think Infernal is absurdly good here, but like, I feel like Infernals haven't really been figured out yet, you know? Like, we'll get there one day, but like, people have not figured out the power of Infernals quite yet.
I have, trust me.
Well, you have, but you're different.
The 3 backliners from Team Falco taking this slam to the face. Snail's coming in as well as a follow-up. I think Joe is done for, trying to stall out with that shield, but so much damage being pumped in, so much healing, it's not enough. He goes down. Mojo looking precarious as well in this one-on-one versus Cryptic. Gonna leave with his life, trying to do some damage before he dies. He manages to find Twisted Dragon and then with a burrow to escape. Looking to reset. Cryptic and Blue both identifying the opportunity with that front line out of the picture to take that point on B. But some more interrupts from Team Falco are going to come in, pressuring off with that Charnock damage as Doug's really finds Mojo again. Nobody can interrupt this time.
Yeah.
Team Blue could end it right here. All right. A little bit of a meat shield tactic from this HK, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Immediately, this Taito dropping low, Ash dropping low as well. Blue in a great position here to drop that old quick two-piece, as he also drops a deflect right in front of the HK, using his own bullets against him.
Oh, that's it. That has to be
that is. Mojo finds one
I think
more.
that
Only 3 seconds left. Another one.
Wow! All right, they hold on for at least one more Rampage.
Now the question
Impressively
is,
done.
can they do anything with it?
What the?
Blue's texture's a little funky right now. Are we going to see an upgrade?
It kind of looks
Let's
like
see
it, yeah.
We are.
This is
I
the
like
plan.
this idea of contesting
Drake.
Storm Drake, not having that wall, but Team Blue was ready for it. They just dropped everything they have to the point, burning it down before it can even get a chance to come into play. It's already so low. It's going down right
dead.
now. 7-0 on the board for Team Blue. Ob's coming up as well.
That might just be it. Team Blue with a relatively dominant performance outside of that first Rampage, just completely stifling the momentum, never letting them have an inch.
Yeah, I really think that Team Falco was struggling to adjust. Blue was just putting so much pressure on their back line. Totally went unanswered throughout the whole game.
For sure. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, everything in between and outside of that very limited spectrum, it's Blue.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How you feeling right now?
Everyone on Team Blue is kind of feeling themselves right now. We're on a bit of a roll here.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it there. So I had a question about the beginning of that game for you.
Okay.
Right off the bat, you lose the first Rampage, and they take the first wound. Normally, that's a pretty big momentum starter, but you guys managed to stifle that out pretty well. What was the game plan after just losing that first wound so quick?
Yeah, our attitude changed a little bit. We've been winning a lot of these previous matches just due to kind of like overwhelming force almost. Just run in, use your cooldowns, make people panic, and then clean up what's left. Falco's team played these choke points with that Rutger extremely well, and we realized pretty quickly that we were overextending on a lot of these fights that would normally be risky but doable. The Rutger wall put a damper on our plans a whole lot, and so our mindset shifted to kind of poke at him a little bit more, try to get a little bit of extra damage from poison, and try to play a little bit more hit and run before committing to a fight.
Right. Fair enough. And speaking of that, Rutger, you guys were playing, I believe you guys were playing a Margrave into that, right? So what was the, what goes into that mindset when you're playing like the, obviously you're also on Ramsey, so there's a little bit more frontline pressure there as well, but when you're playing that like frontline duel of like, you have a Rutger, they have a, no, sorry, you have a Margrave, they have a Rutger, what's like the win condition there? How do you play around the difference?
We love getting our focuses up and just trying to hit as many people as possible. It's a simple but effective plan. Nobody does crowd control like Margrave, and with the Uncle Sven's follow up on the snail ability, it makes it really hard for a lot of particularly slippery targets, Taito, Rutger, to escape, even no matter how tanky they are.
Yeah, for sure. And Heaven's Ward, let's talk about that a little bit. First, at least for us on the side stream, this has been the first showing of one of the new maps that debuted in Rampage Edition. So, real quick, I just want to get your general opinions on the 2 new maps, Picaro Bay and Heavensward.
So, Picaro Bay seems very ranged focus, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very big, wide open map, and it rewards a more like poking and patient play style.
Mm-hmm.
Heavensward, we're not fully sure about, but it feels relatively close to like Siren Strand, where it has its open parts, but the most important like key areas where you're most likely going to be fighting have these really strong choke points that you need to take advantage of and play around if you want to be able to, maximize your effectiveness.
Yeah, absolutely. Medic, did you have any questions you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I noticed that, like you talked about getting ults up a lot, that you guys actually were a lot more effective at farming focus than a lot of teams. You kind of used this to sort of snowball early with an XP lead, first with, upgraded creatures, and then kind of using it to beat your opponents on tempo. I don't know, have you guys like practiced that specifically, or is that just like you pick characters that are generally good at?
I'm going to be completely and fully truthful with y'all. We've played maybe 5 matches as a full team together before today.
Real.
The decision making here has been formed from these 5 games, just from our like quick analysis of we're pretty good at getting an early lead, upgrading our creatures, and then shifting to a more reactive play style. If we're going to generate the power first, then all we got to do is sit back and wait for them to commit on something, and then we can collapse on that or trade creatures as need be.
Well, there you go. No practice, and yet I think still the only undefeated team. So
I think so. Yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck on the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. We'll see you later.
Thank you very much.
Blue, everybody. Been popping off all tournament, looking to make a run for the crown. And now, it's time to see what else is going on. Alright, it's time. Losers Finals! Woo!
Losers Finals. Let's go.
Team Dave, Team North Star. Let's go. The EU Double Assassin Powerhouse and the NA Let's Enable the Fuck Out of Our Frontline Powerhouse.
So, double support has slowed the game down to a crawl, so that means we're seeing a BF rotate. These are kind of rare. These sort of happen when there's not a lot of trades. There's probably going to be a lot of D pressure that, okay, good job for the Trip to stop that, but now who's looking at F, right? Trip got poked out really low, and not like, Northstar really pushing for this kill right
here.
He
wants
trying
it.
to find Gem. He finds it, but he's probably going to get a big wall.
Yeah.
Going to get traded out. Who's looking at these power rotates, right? Nobody on Dave already. But doesn't
Dave
matter.
finds it.
Finding 2, closing out that Rampage, taking an early lead, even on the ping. That's Team Dave. Yeah, we'll see how long they can take it. Trying to find the sneaky, hits the railgun, leaving that team out dangerously low. They're going to escape the backline, but they're definitely out of the fight for now. Another focus coming in. He's spreading the damage between the Boomer and, I think that's the Beckett. As the Trip comes in with a little bit of poke, manages to find the kill, but not before it's too late. That Autumn Boomer going down, turned into compost, right? All right, team, looks like Dave is calling for this aggressive push on the E, which I really support. I mean, I've been talking about this anywhere if listen, right? But I really think that, especially with the spawn timer changes, I think pushing these front creatures when you have Wound like this is really, really strong. There's not a lot of punishment for dying, and then if you can just get the creature low, that sets you up to start winning the future wounds, and you can really create this sort of death style for that team. North Star going to repel the push pretty effectively, but I mean, I think they still got what they came for, right? Creature's still low. They're going to re-engage on this fight. Mortar comes out already. Probably going to turn it up and try to burn this down and bleed. As I say that, though, North Star fighting back with his burn of his own, but the
he's so low.
Bubble,
He's so low. Does he get out of this one alive?
They're doing everything they can to put him in the grave, but
eventually,
this robot just doesn't want to be retired. Taito gets in finally, but I mean, that was a scrappy fight. 20 for 10.
Absolutely. And they are looking to potentially close it out here, but Hypnotic Owl goes solo, does eventually get out of there, just barely living, by the skin of his teeth, escaping the wrath of Dave there. But nobody's aggressing onto C, and everybody's aggressing onto E. The collect is just gonna come through.
All right, a lot of pressure coming on Dave from this trip, but
oh my god!
Either side,
No, there had to have been an interrupt, because otherwise it would have tied and Team Dave would have won.
EU diff. Surely.
EU diff.
EU diff, surely.
Yeah.
But once more upon the breach for these teams, 100-100, not really either team making much progress, but you know, these are the sort of wins you really need if you're Team Northstar, right? You've been taking Rampage after Rampage, just getting one back, chance to stabilize, chance to actually get your name on the map here, put some points on the board. That being said, I mean, it looks like they're inting this wound, you know, Hypnotic Owl really just sending it and not finding a lot of value for it. I'm kind of questioning the wisdom of that, but at the same time, Diogorb has found their Rucker on the back row, so kind of a 1-for-1, even if it's not really anything meaningful for power. Everyone is low though.
Yeah, I don't hate just sending in your Taito to do what damage they can, frankly. I think that if you're going to send any character in to do it, it's got to be Taito, right? Like, who's your other option? Maybe Beckett?
Beckett. Yeah, like, the two best wound takers.
Okay, I get that they're the best wound takers in the game, but at the same time, like, Taito is the character who, like, if given the opportunity, is going to be able to escape the easiest. So, like...
That's fair. That being said, more poke. I mean, really, a lot of this has come down to, I think, Dave on the edge has done a really good job of winning at poke battle. You know, out damaging really double ranged comp from Northstar, which has been a big part of his team's success, right? Coming into fights with a damage advantage when people are low. So when that Sven gets picked, you know, it's because of the poke setting up for that. And now that everyone's low, right, their team can collapse with a 5v4 and really press their advantage as much as possible.
Looking to aggress a little bit here. Looking for a railgun somewhere in the back line, but gonna get interrupted by the Trip instead. A falls very
holster
low.
on the Trip. Excellent holster on the Trip to not keep going for Dave there. Recognizing danger of that mortar and ult. As I say that though, I think Ashley overcommits a little bit, gets picked off by this Taito, putting it back to 50-50 evens, making that 60 as another trade goes down. Rucker goes down, but they get the front point. That's huge because that's what power is. They can get camped out by this mortar and support and Sven bubble so easily.
Yeah, absolutely. This power is not going to be easy to collect if you're Team Northstar, but you need to. This is your win condition. Down goes the summon, not going to get denied. Not going to get denied. They're going to get that power right on back. But now if it comes down to a power tie like it did last time around, well, if it sort of did last time around, then I don't know, man. Dave was at 81st.
That's true. Anyways, another mortar coming up, hitting 2 more targets. Excellent job from Dave, keeping this team poke. Obelisk just feeding him like 50% of his focus, building up to that level 2. I mean, Dave's focus in this game is just phenomenal. You know, a lot of the times finding a pick or just putting someone super low. He might find another one on this Trip right here if he hits the mortar.
Absolutely.
Trip recognizes the danger, just gets the hell out of there. Pops the invis to stay safe as Taito aggresses onto this back line. Fighting, you know, really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basically players all push back to their spawn. As this collect is coming up, let's see who can interrupt from both teams. Dave probably going to be looking to get this mortar in as their first. Meanwhile, the Trip Taito combo.
There is a power happening at C.
All right, ult coming in again, totally forcing Northstar out. He can't contest at all.
C collects. C collects. Hypnotic Owl couldn't stall it out for long enough. He kills the creature, but like, C collects. Oh, that might be it.
And I think this is one of the reasons, right? People still say Taito really struggles. You know, no interrupts, right? And as much as we joke about it, right? Like Wu is good for a reason, and that reason is on 7 interrupts per ability cycle if you do it right.
Yeah.
And then
I
don't think Dave can end here, but
No.
That's got to be rough because that was so winnable for Team North Star.
Absolutely, it was. Every single time these extremely winnable rampages get away from Team North Star, it just feels ever so slightly more and more out of reach. Because if you give up another rampage that isn't 100 shield, then you are either losing the game or you're putting yourself in one rampage territory. You are almost in that area of like no room for error right now if you're Team North Star.
I mean, yeah, and it's like 3-1 right now, but I think it's been a lot closer than the score shows.
Oh,
I think
significantly.
I mean, a lot of these have been going to like 90, 90 or 80 situations. And, it's just the difference of who gets those interrupts. I think an adaptation I really want to see from Team North Star is sending that Sven as an interrupter over to the creature to make sure that power is staying uncollected, even if it means that North Star team are going to have a lot more of a difficult time keeping their point alive. I would rather just, make sure you play the power game first. Hell, you could even send T-Mat over, right? You have that disruptor module, you have that days coming up, just to make sure, because that's been such an Achilles heel for this team, and it's been such a struggle, especially because, right, when your main interrupter is tripped, right, they get poked out, one railgun, one mortar, and all of a sudden it gets really risky to go back in. It's really tough. So putting somebody with a little bit more, bulk onto that point would, I think, do wonders for this team.
Yeah, absolutely it would, but good opening from the Trip, but not going to be able to capitalize off of that just because of the peel from the Paco. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. There's so much peel on this team. It's so hard to get value out of really either of the assassins that you've picked. It's just,
I think this is what happens when you pick a comp with 5 squishies, right? Like, it can work, but it can also definitely not work in your favor. That being said, Cyclops goes down on C. Looks like Team Dave is looking to sort of strike back with their own. Building up his level 2 focus crazily quickly. Probably going to drop it soon if he can, as he gets pressured out. Trip focus comes in, Beckett focus comes in, and this is suddenly looking very winnable for North Star, but they have to be looking at E. Disruptor module comes in, getting that daze.
Summon on E!
Not recognizing the body block. Summon on E coming through, dies to bleed, and Team North Star gonna get a massive auto wound here.
Finally!
Comeback damage.
Oh my god, please let this be a real auto wound. Please. I know it probably is at this point, but like, please. That could be
Anyways, they still have good wound takers, right? I mean,
yeah.
Beckett, T-Mat, obviously very good. The real question is, can they save this other getting exit frag? They're going to lose their Taito on the way out. Oh, and this Paco will probably finding another with Dave. Nice little 2-piece there. Can he find a third with his railgun? He's looking. It's up. Skeet shooting for Dave, but the Fruits of Paco takes that one right out of his mouth.
Yep. Gems is going to be
this level 3
stealing
focus
that one.
is coming up.
Yeah, you have a level 3 focus. This Drake's getting melted. Okay. So, remember how we were super happy that Team North Star finally got a Rampage about 5 seconds ago?
I don't think it's
I don't think it's happening again.
Over.
I think the game's over. Something tells me we might not be seeing another Rampage for Team North Star here. They are currently down by 50 power.
I like this split push look onto B. If they can win this fight, I mean, anything could happen. But with this level 3 ult coming in, probably not going to happen. Big damage from HP.
That's
1,
huge
2.
damage.
Can we get a third?
That's
Railgun
it.
Comes up.
It's
Railgun
over.
comes up.
It's over, Team
It's
Dave.
all Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them up. Can you get a 50? Wants this penna.
Team Dave have done it. There's no possible way for Team North Star to bring it back. You hate to see it for him,
North Star
but
stops.
at this
He
point,
knows it's over.
it's over.
It was a good run.
100 to 30. The European squad has been sent home at 3rd place. It's over. Team Dave goes to Grand Finals, where they will face Team Blue.
Show stats. Dave, if you're
Show the
based, show
stats. Show the stats. Show the stats. Dave!
Wake up.
Dave! He baited us.
Alright. Alright.
No!
No, you didn't pause!
I didn't pause! I forgot to pause!
You grieve!
I'm griefing!
You grieve!
I'm griefing!
Hello?
Hello, everybody in the chat. please welcome
All
Dave.
five.
Okay, you don't have to call me out like that, dog. Come on, I had to reset the stream and everything. Anyways,
We got the big viewers in here.
yeah, please welcome Dave, captain of Team Dave, if you couldn't tell, winner of our losers final match. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Hell
We're
yeah.
chilling.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. All right. So I want to know what your thought process was seeing their composition versus your composition, because obviously they've been doing really well on Double Assassin all day long, but you kind of are playing a composition that makes it really hard for them to get anything done.
Yeah, we just saw that they had no front line and we had multiple, so my goal was just to not die to the assassins and we should just win every fight.
Yeah, it really is as simple as that. I didn't expect a very long explanation, and what do you know, we didn't get one. But like, it's no flame or anything. It's just it felt like a compositional mismatch for sure. But what did you think of like the run that they've had today? Do you like think they have a bright
We lost to them
future?
on Sirens.
Oh, you did lose to
it
them
was
earlier.
super close. We were both in one win left, and
That's
they got control
right.
D and we lost.
That's right.
So,
I think
if they had
we
a
caught
better
the end of
comp,
that.
it would have been a really close game on Ghost Reef.
I think we caught the very end of that one, actually. That was like right near the beginning of the day, so that one was fun.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, you've won Losers Finals, but your job is not done yet. You still have one more challenge to face. Blue and his squad have looked unstoppable today. Do you think you can
They
take
haven't
them
lost,
down?
right?
They haven't lost yet.
I think we could do it. I mean, why not?
You think you?
I mean, I feel like we only had trouble our first game, which was against North Star's team,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we've started playing better together since we've had like 5 games. So
Yeah.
I think at least it's gonna be really close. I'll say
Okay,
that.
well, while we've been discussing this, Blue has proposed Heaven's Ward as the map. What do you think about that?
That is my least favorite map in the game. So we'll play it.
Are you gonna contest?
Nah, I'm fine. It's fine.
All right.
Woo!
Grand finals, like new map.
New map,
Wait,
new
I
map,
was
new
talking
map.
about this. Nobody was playing the new maps at the point. I was like, dude, like we waited what 6 years to not play the new maps and just play Blue side. Oh my god.
No, we could run it. It's fun.
I'm
All
excited.
right. Well, I'm excited.
Either way, good luck to you. It's gonna be lit. I'm very excited for grand finals. Go rejoin your team and get ready for the main event.
Appreciate it.
Blue, everybody. Now we have another call to make. That was not Blue, that was Dave. What am I talking about? Oh, I meant to make a group call. I meant to make a group call with me and my other co-caster. My bad.
Well, it's not
Hold
too
on.
late. You can pop
Yeah,
in
it's
now.
true. It's true. Wait, actually, that actually already exists. All right, Blue, we have you here because you have been patiently waiting for the conclusion of Losers Finals. Now that you've seen what your competition is, who your competition is going to be, how are you feeling?
We're feeling, if I'm honest, a little nervous.
Okay.
I respect the, I don't know, chokehold strategy. Hold your ground, wait for them to make a mistake. It's kind of what we've been doing,
Yeah.
except it skews a lot more towards the range of damage.
Right, for sure it does. So, you have selected Heaven's Ward as your map of choice.
Hmm.
What is the reasoning going into this map pick, right? Obviously there was the bit earlier where I'm like, haha, it would be really funny to see Heaven's Ward because we never see it. But are you just going back to it because you won there last time and you're feeling pretty confident, or what's up?
There's a little bit of confidence there. It's also that Dave's team has been playing Reef, and just more Reef.
Mm-hmm.
And we believe that is a huge part of why they've been seeing so much success. They're fantastic players, obviously, of course. but Reef is just a map that lends itself to that turtling, very patient playstyle. And we're hoping that picking up a larger, more open map will allow us to sneak into their backlines a little bit more effectively and disrupt them a bit.
Maybe get out easier with the jump pads as well.
I would love to answer some more questions, but the game is actually
Yeah,
popping right now.
absolutely. Go ahead, go rejoin your team, man. Good luck in grand finals.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is it, y'all. It's time for the first tournament grand final in Gigantic Rampage Edition. This shit is crazy. I never thought I'd be casting, like, on my own Twitch channel, a Gigantic tournament at all. This is literally my favorite multiplayer game of all time. Thank you all so much for showing up. If you're here, if you were here earlier, if you're watching the other stream, if you watched any of the individual player perspectives, thank you all so goddamn much. I love every single one of you. Just the support that you've shown is amazing. I feel like I'm gonna cry, but like maybe I'll save the crying for later. I find it interesting that pre-clash, basically everything takes place around the G/A point, just because.
Yeah, that's
of the
because
fact
people
that,
don't know how to play this map. It's because people.
I mean, I think that people's earliest impressions of this map are that it's good to play here because of the jump pads providing mobility to like the rest of the map. But I think as time goes on, we'll see more fights happening like over on BF side. But for now,
I
the
think
two close points, you know.
Yeah, I mean the important thing is right. Their proximity is so close that power comes up early in the cycle, and then kind of just moves the D point. Looks like Blue is trying to make some space for his team by pushing onto the back point alone, maybe opening his team up for a bit of a push onto D point. But as it stands, kind of a conglomeration happening with the Taco focus coming down as well. Let's see if this Margrave big slam coming up as well. Not really finding a lot off of it though, as Team Dave looks to re-engage. Margrave sent packing with low health.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there as fast as you can, and Lynne is gonna get out just fine. Drops the focus in the middle of all of them just to like make sure they're not quite safe yet. That healing that you're getting, yeah, what if it was half?
Halved and you're taking some big chip.
And you're taking some big chip. The alliteration is immaculate. I will say
they don't call me alliteration Andy for nothing.
that's true.
Another focus coming up from Team at Birthday.
No, Dave!
No,
Dave, no!
Falls off the map.
Oh no!
What are you powering? The push and Blue finds another. Dave, what are you doing?
Dave, no!
Dave, no! Yeah, as the collect goes through, there's no one there to stop.
On the bright side, at least I'm not the only one now.
I really think that, like, since, again, with the changes to respawn, really pushing in those upgraded creatures during wound is a really good way to counter the power that they bring. Right now, Team Dave trying to stretch that lead. Another kill from Dave coming up big on this Mozu, but Blue drops the focus in the middle of everyone, and Team comes in with a cleanup, a 1-2 punch, but not enough. Forced to back off both of them. Blue, no! Dodging and weaving. He's believing in himself and is able to get out.
Wow! What in the world? Okay, eventually Blue does go down, but it's a 2-for-2 trade, and we're at 40 power apiece now.
2 for 1, pretty much. Like, it was, you know, Dave had that 10-0 lead coming in, and then kind of a risky play. Like, Blue played that really aggressively, but ultimately paid off with 2 for 1.
Yeah, absolutely it did. No conversion.
But ultimately, it's about this space, right? Look at how much space they've gotten back. This Bloomer's dropping down. It's going to be taken immediately. They can immediately leave and reposition on E. And again, right, we talked about how the importance of having that upgraded creature. But as I say that,
what?
They wanted that so bad, but wasn't enough, and the wall really shut off his LOS. He couldn't finish the kill. Keeping those people low, though, is really important because, as we said, this E rotates coming up next. Everyone's taking those jump pads, direct express to the high ground to contest this point. Blend Burner set up already. As soon as that comes up, you know he's tapping it immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
Can
Gems,
anybody
though,
stop it?
fall so low, does get back to the Bloomer. Gems will be fine for now. But the collect is starting to go through for Team Blue. About halfway there now. Can anybody?
Can Abner stay alive? No, they can't.
Yeah,
Another
Arctis
nice
not come
1-2 piece. The coordination between this Ramsey and Margrave for Team Blue has been stunning all
Oh, not gonna be enough time to get that collect finished off. But Nub
But it
also goes down. So many kills coming
day.
through.
Blue with a 3-piece. Can he make it forward? Gets the inner on his way out, and then the adult creature again gonna collect fast. Already someone on it, but
Oh boy.
Dave is stalling.
That's it.
They cannot make it last. As Blue makes it a 4-piece with a pick on the blend burner.
And I am lagging. It's fine. We're back into it. Man, this is starting to snowball a little bit out of control for Team Blue. No, sorry, Team Dave. You don't.
We'll
you
see.
really-
We'll see what they can do. I think getting this defense here is going to be really important.
If they can
So
hold
low,
on.
but if they can hold on to this,
Yeah, if they can hold on to this ramp, if they can hold on to this wound, they might be just golden. They only have 12
Well, they
seconds
have-
to push out, and they haven't even made an attempt to go towards the wound yet.
I think it might be a little too late.
It is
especially
definitely
with
too
Taco
late.
Poke used to. Oh, but look at how low this creature is. They're saving it. They're
Yep.
saving it. They know.
Absolutely, they
so
are.
low, and it's going to go into Clash. It
It's
might
clash
not be.
time.
It's Clash time. Everyone's rotating over.
They gotta get there. They gotta get there fast. A lot of jump pad rotations coming out right now, but everybody's so low. That's a Paco
Coming in with
focus.
an awesome engage. Focus coming in. Blend picking up 2 on the cleanup as well. Man, I thought Blue had that
Dang.
played to perfection. Prep the creature, back off, and regroup, and then take it on the next push. But instead, Team Dave coming in with that big engage from Gems. Absolutely sealing the deal, and now they have this opportunity, this window to stretch that lead even further. Ult coming out every which way. Team out ult down, HK ult drop. Snail's coming out too. It's a fight every which way. The creature will end up going down, putting Dave at a 50 power lead.
Dave!
60 going in, and then TPing back to safety.
He's going ham.
All right, well, Blue with a level 3 being forced to retreat. Dave is hungry. He wants these kills. Keep being in. He wants his Margaret dead
Oh,
on his
yeah.
doorstep. Send me more pictures of Spider-Man. It's J. Jonah Jameson, but he can't make it happen. It's J.
J. Jonah Jameson, if he fucking died.
He died. Absolutely. Blend fighting another 1-for-1. This is a messy fight. Cryptic and Blend trading their lives for each other. That's the power
Oh
of damage over
no,
time. Blue's on
Abner's
the
dead.
swing.
Oh my god.
Can he get this interrupt? He can. That
Oh,
possible is not going
no.
up. And, you know, we say these big leads, they come and they go. Team Blue now getting their 40 power lead of their own. Do they want to make it 50, or are they gonna, tap on the brakes?
Oh,
a little
they're
bit? I think
chasing
it's
the
all
focus.
gas, no
Oh, they're
brakes.
chasing
With
Dave.
this level 3 focus, they want it all.
They
no
want it
space
all.
given. They are keeping the pressure on Team Dave. No space to breathe. But as I say that, Duckless goes down. Gems finding another. So they find another. This Margaret dropping
Damn.
low cooldown. Taking his jump pad out. Never mind. He doesn't know. Never mind.
He
Maybe
has
does.
no idea. He has no
All right,
idea.
Well, talk about all gas, no brakes. Not exactly panning out for Team Blue. Losing that 40 power lead just as quick as it came.
Wow. All right, 90-80
Another
now.
really big push. Again, all they need is 1 pick, and again, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really matter because there's just a little bit of HP left.
Oh, Blue
But
goes
Blue
down.
drops, it's 90-90.
Uh-oh.
Blue goes down next. Is it for 2E?
Oh my god. This is big for
They
Team
find
Blue.
the pick.
This is big for Team Blue. They get up to 100 power anyway, but hello,
I mean,
cat.
it's not auto where you gotta push, but
Chat.
I mean, that was getting scary. So
My brother brought the cat.
Oh
I
my
have the
God.
cat. I have the cat now.
all right, well, this is where you start to see that Yeti Cyclops coming in. I like Dave taking this catwalk flank, really just raining fire down from above onto the Cyclops. But as I say that, another engage coming in. These ult combos that we talked about coming up big. Blue getting 1 immediately. Can he get a second onto this HK onto Blend Burner? They're both dropping low. Yep, that's 2. Let's make it 3. As Twisted Dragon finds the pick on the Blend Burner. 50-20. Team Dave trying to lock up this push, get that auto wound that we talked about as they keep on eating up more and more space. Let's see. Okay,
Oh,
it's
you
not
got
an
it,
auto,
Dave.
but they were ready. They're coming out looking to end this right here, right now. Immediately. But you see the HK take an aggressive position, just turn up late.
Oh.
As we go to the last game of the tournament for both of these teams.
This is the closest we could possibly hope for, Medic. Down to the wire, an early lead for Team Blue. Ducksworthy finding a pick on that team mat. Gems not
And with
able to
this
make it out
level
alive.
2,
this
with his level 2
level,
team map
man.
focus. What's gonna come next? You can already see Team Blue coalescing on that G point. They want it dead. They want it dead now. They have the focus combo to do it as Doug really finds a second. This team out is coming up huge. Big slam hitting 3 as that goes in, but nobody can stop the Paco focus. Push the Dragons forced back.
Power collect? No power collect goes through either. Ducksworthy goes down. Glenn finding a very crucial pick. That's a lot of your damage gone if you're Team Blue. So now you're
all the way back. He has to heal all the way up. It's not worth peeking as Blue finds another. It's a 30 power lead for Team Blue. This could be it. The clock could be running out. Dave forced out by that Oru as well. Quickly putting in a lot of work this game. A lot of work all tournament to get through here.
at the very least. No, never mind. I completely lost track of that thought. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Next power orb though, gonna be on the H point. This is potentially the tournament defining point.
And here you see a little bit of that adaptation coming up from Team Blue, sending that Oru back to look for those rotates. Really smart counter stratting, but it might not be enough. Dugsworthy falls again. That's a lot of damage out of the battle already. Twisted Dragon's falling low as well, but Oru gets 3 or 4 reveals. It's time. It could be time to deal some death. Level 2 focus on low HP targets. You know, hard to dodge, especially if you can't see it, can't hear it, and all the chaos.
Absolutely. Look at him. He's going for a little bit of a flank here. He's on a goofy angle, looking for something maybe a little bit unusual, unorthodox, all that jazz. But
all right,
the power
pressure
collect
coming in. Dugsworthy's in the thick of it. Another
Gems finds a pick.
Finding a great pick here. Can he find another? But he gets traded out.
Nubba's dead.
Oh my god, this team out putting in so much work.
Oh my god, it comes down to B.
Duel of the Fates, Blendburner and Blue picking it on each other on
It comes
A
down to
point,
B.
but nobody is looking at this B point. It's an adult creature. It collects fast.
It comes down to B. No one's there.
He's going to B, and the clock runs out. 170.
Does it end here?
It very well could.
Will we crown?
Focus.
Will we crown our first ever Training Grounds TPG champion right here, right now, during this wound? There is a level 3 focus for the Oru, a level 1 for the Ramsey. 2 seconds until vulnerable, half of Grant's health. Not quite, actually. A lot of Grant's health, though. Gone. Chunked away. It doesn't look like they're going to aggress for this super hard. We are going to have to wait at least one more Rampage.
I love the patience here to recognize the value of keeping map control with these adult creatures as Team Blue plays it a little safer here, staying on A, making sure that nothing crazy happens as they've, again, going for these really aggressive flanks onto C. Let's see if they pick up on that and use it to push into G point as they love to do, as it's being upgraded into a bloomer of all things.
Interesting.
With the enemy knocking on their doorstep and the stream freezes.
Yes, at this exact moment.
Dave still on that C point, but HK already getting traded. So at that
Blue!
one, make that 2 for 1 with Dave out of the fight. It's a 4v5. Blue's in, Ulta coming out now. Make it 3.
Oh no!
Does get the collect, but
it's starting to get out of control. I think that might be it.
Lead for Team Blue. Dave, he finds the bloomer he wanted on the flanks also badly, but the 5-man push, textbook response to just abuse that 5v4 and take the power point back.
You need to just run at B point. There is no other option. If you want to save your chances at making this, then you need to make it to this point. You need to kill this creature. You need to stop the collect, and nobody stops the collect! It's over! Team Blue has all but sealed this tournament up!
Yeah, Doug's really finding 1-2 more picks off the back end. Really putting the nail in the coffin, trying to end that tournament undefeated, a 5-0 record, Hawaii 5-0.
3, 2, 1. Your Guardian is now vulnerable, and nothing can stop it. The Oru focus is here. Level 3.
That's 1,000 damage.
So
already on the Guardian.
Damage being tacked on with 12 seconds left, and it is over! Team Blue has done it! They are officially your first ever Training Grounds champions in Gigantic Rampage Edition. Holy shit! Real quick, I am going to call Blue. We'll see if he actually picks up, but you know. Blue, the winner of the tournament.
Bro is probably popping off with his team right now, bro.
Yeah,
Let a guy like pop off.
Oh yeah, there he is. There's the GOAT. The first ever champion of Gigantic Rampage Edition. Team Blue taking it in a very close fashion in the grand finals. So tell me, what's going through your head right now?
I'm just proud of everybody. You know, this whole event was just to help new people, bring them into the competitive scene, and honestly, I've seen so much growth and improvement, not just from my team, but from every other team. That, like, I mean, even if I lost today, I would just be positively beaming with pride. Today was fantastic. Everyone played super well, and we're so lucky to be able to have this opportunity, not just to have a tournament, but to be able to play Gigantic in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah.
I never thought I'd see it again.
I genuinely never thought I'd see the day. I only ever got into like esports and commentary and all that jazz after the shutdown happened, and it was literally always something I wanted to do, to cover this game in like any sort of somewhat like professional aspect. And I mean, hopefully today's not the last time, but it feels amazing to finally get that first time done, you know? It's awesome. For sure. Oh man. So I don't really have anything else to add. You guys like kind of steamrolled today. Like, you took your players, you taught them, you like built them up over time, and then you met a team that was almost half composed of European players in the grand finals, and still nearly lost to the EU ping. So I don't know, man. It was just a banger all the way through. Was there ever any doubt?
We were shaken a little bit just before the match started. We saw Team Dave get like a stranglehold on the game, and we were like, oh, we don't know if we can handle that. Something that we actively talked as a team about was we're really good at getting ahead and keeping that lead, but do we even know how to play from behind, right? We have no practice on that sort of thing. So in a weird sort of way, it was, we have to put our best foot forward, and we have to just carry that momentum through. And I think we faltered a little bit. We overextended a whole lot in a couple places, but we really cleaned it up at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely, you did. And I mean, there were just a couple engagements here and there where it felt like it really and truly could have gone either way. Right, I know that's like a thing that casters say just to be like, oh, like it builds the tension and all that jazz. No, this was actually down to the wire. And I feel like a lot of games today were down to the wire that didn't really show it. Like that losers final between North Star and Dave, it was like a 2-3-1, but it was difference. So close. A 10-point difference every time
for almost every Rampage. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, do you have any final words for the people at home?
I have final words for my teammates.
Yeah?
Thank you so much, Cryptic, Ducksworthy, Patui, and Twisted Dragons for being there. I literally couldn't have done it without y'all. I think that's it. Like, I'm just 1/5 of a team. Even if I'm old blood here, I can't do it without everybody else.
Fair enough. Thank
you so much.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's about time that we end off this stream. It's been a phenomenal day of Gigantic. I am so happy to be back, and this won't be the end. If I can help it, this will not be the end of me covering Gigantic esports. This will not be the end of Medic being at my side covering Gigantic esports, and hopefully this will not be the end of Blue continuing to play in Gigantic esports. Can we expect you to continue to compete?
Oh, for sure.
Hey, love to hear it. So I think that there's only one proper way to end this stream, and it might be kind of corny, but y'all know what we're about to say. Y'all know. Right?
Do I? You have to give me a hint or something at least.
Airship, guys, airship.